3, 2, 1. Welcome to Anchor Point Stock Market Trading Adventures. I am your captain, and this is Adam Blackbeard. Together, we are going to go through and share with you some of our experiences and what we're planning to do in the market. You're following us in our adventure. This is not stock market financial advice.
Yep.
You guys go out and educate yourselves. I recommend you read anything from Bill O'Neill, Mark Minervini. Focus on those two, and you'll figure out what we're doing here today. Okay?
Well said.
Thank you, sir. How are you doing?
Good, man. A little tired, but we got a good amount. Let's
Good.
take a peek at what we got.
Yeah. I have a setup here on the S&P 500 to start. We can see it's looking a little bit rough. The volume is a little bit high too on the rough days. So we have some heavy seas and tides and turbulence ahead. So let's take a look at what we have for our listings. Where did I put it? Okay. Blackbeard, you wanna start?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So this is what I'm currently holding right now, going into next week. Been holding these positions for about 2 weeks now. So as you can see,
This one here, the performance food.
oh no,
Okay.
actually these are ones that I found this week either through IBD 50 or through emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start
Did
off.
not look at any financials.
Okay,
I just
that's okay. We'll do that together
yes, right.
right now.
Let these people all know that I'm obviously the
You're you're the
called
trainee right now. You're coming into your own though, but you've done a hell of a lot of
yeah,
studying in the last little while, and you've really
yes.
you're ready to take the
Let's
plunge
be
with real
honest. I
money.
really
So
only got 1 year of trading.
okay, yeah.
So
Um,
yeah,
yeah, 1 year of like actual trading in the market with market experience and doing it
yes,
consistently.
yes, of course. But let's be honest. That's nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being realistic, right?
Yeah. Well,
Uh, yeah. So holding FPGC
okay.
or taking a look at FPFGC.
Which one is that? Say that again.
Why don't we go through
Do you want to just go through the list that I have here?
PFGC?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, you go through that list there, and we'll pick out what we think is decent, and then
Okay.
just cut the other. Right?
We'll just
Trim the fat, brother. Trim the fat.
yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna Seinfeld this. We're gonna look for flaws in these stocks, and we're gonna be really quick to let them
Yes,
go, um, just like
that sounds
Seinfeld
good,
dating.
Captain.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Blackbeard. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start off with PFGC, Performance Food
Yes. Yeah.
Group Company. I do like
Yeah.
that it started to come back up. This is the S&P 500 up here. I don't
Mhm.
know why it's. Let me just pull that down a little bit. Um, this is looking okay.
Yeah. That looks good.
I typically like to see it's within the base still, and it may pop out. We have earnings coming out pretty soon. The financials are accelerating, but I'm really more excited about the sales and the jump on sales that's estimated. Just going to jump in here to the forecast really quick. I like that analysts are looking ahead like it's going to be a positive year. I always like to start
Hmm.
off with the annuals. Now, the revenue here, of course, is the engine. That's the sales of the company. Can't survive without that. And it is accelerating. I like to see that angle upwards, although it's not too
Yeah.
exciting, but it is growing. And so is the earnings per share annually. So there's 2025. Let's go to the quarterly. Now, of course, with quarterly, you always want to compare second quarter with second quarter. So we would compare those two together. Uh, and same moving backwards. But anyway, as far as this company is concerned, I mean, I think it's worth taking a shot at it. It's tightened up to 2%. Um, with the speed that it came down, I'm
Yeah.
glad that it moved sideways for a while before starting to move up. Otherwise, this would be a V-shaped
Yeah.
cup and handle, which is a little bit not so
Is this almost
not
a
so secure.
saucer? Would you say? Or
This is this
like
is
I threw it on because it
yeah.
looked like a saucer
Yeah,
to me.
this is pretty much a cup and handle, classic cup and handle at this point. Yeah, yeah, I would say so. And we're coming up to the handle here. I mean, you could have called that the handle, but it looks like it's making another handle here, and that's fair to say because it's still below the top of the baseline here. So yeah, this is I'm gonna actually add this to my list as well. I didn't have this one. What I don't like, and I'm just noticing this
So,
now, is the earnings
yeah,
missing the
yeah,
estimates last quarter, and
yeah. I know.
we don't like that
I saw
because
that.
yeah, analysts are typically pretty lenient. They don't want to be wrong. They want to try to keep it. It should be pretty easy to beat analyst estimates, especially if your company is growing rapidly. The fact that they didn't do that bothers me a little bit. However, the technicals are still set up. I mean, you could still take the
Mhm.
risk. Just maybe don't go in on a massive position. I'm going to move ahead
Yes,
to ARC Innovation.
of
This is
course.
an ETF.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It is an ETF. Yeah.
Does this have to do with that investor? What's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. Is this ARC Innovation as in the investment trust mutual funds? I wouldn't do this one.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Blackbeard. I wouldn't do this one because for the simple reason that it's an ETF. I'm just not looking for ETFs. And I frankly don't trust or like financials or banking companies,
Yeah. Yeah.
mostly because of what Mark
Well,
Ritchie
it's
said.
good to.
Yeah. So
What did he say?
Mark Ritchie said he
What did he say?
when he doesn't do financials because every time he does they just they don't return very well. It always throws them for a loop. Plus, this has a lot of overhead supply, which is
Okay.
fine. But also, I'm noticing there's no
Yeah.
financials here. That's because it's an ETF, though. So, I mean, if you looked up ARC, the actual company,
Exactly.
that's what you're going to say, eh? ARC, ARC
No, I
Innovation.
wasn't.
Oh, okay. I was thinking,
I was gonna say trim the fat.
yeah. Let's just
Trim the
knock
fat.
this one off and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Snow. What do you think of Snow?
Yeah. We got Sierra,
What do you think of it? Do you
November,
like the technicals on that?
Oscar. No, not really. Right.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm seeing a lot of overhead supply. I normally want to see this at the top of the price highs here. This is technically, you know what? This is just it almost looks like it's not in a stage 2 uptrend. Let's go to the weekly here. It's just entering into a stage 2 uptrend now. This is I have the yellow line here, which is my 150-day moving average, and my 200 my blue line here, which is the 200-day moving average. Once
yeah,
this
I see what
crosses
you're
above
saying.
that, then it's technically in a. But also look at all the overhead supply and look at the fact that it's an IPO. It's low in the base. I would at best put this in a watch list, and more than that, I have
Mm.
decelerating earnings.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah, the sales look healthy though. Also decelerating, but they look like they're still growing. So why the
Trim it.
earnings per share is decelerating? It could be because they're innovating and they're putting money back into the company instead of calling it earnings. I
Yeah.
do like this massive green bar here. It does show some institutional support. I can see why you
Let's
selected
trim it.
this. Yeah, but we're going to trim it. Rev, is this the car company? I think this is Tesla's
Yeah.
rival.
The motor vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at this too. What I didn't like about it was the earnings.
Okay. Mm. Okay.
Can
So
you
yeah.
see this okay? Maybe I'm going to make this a little bit
Yeah, I
larger.
can.
There we go.
Yeah, that helps out. There we go. Yeah,
Okay.
that helps out a lot.
So, yeah, but the technical's setting up nicely, and we do
Yeah,
have
that's
a
why I
lot of,
threw it in.
yeah, a lot of support after the breakout. It broke out nicely, but I don't like how far down it came after. I mean,
I
if you
know.
were in this breakout expecting it to go up, you probably would have gotten stopped out, or at least close to. I
Yeah.
mean, that's almost 8% there from the where you. I mean, you can't even
Yeah.
really call that a pivot. This was a. We're gonna move on. Trim the fat. Go to Lululemon. Sales look like they're starting to come back up. I see a lot of overhead supply here. All these trapped buyers waiting to get out.
Yeah.
Volume is high on the breakout. That's good. This is a little wide and loose for me.
Yeah.
So I would
So,
expect it to at least set up another pullback before going up. I think if it goes up from here, it's going to be a little bit more turbulent.
mhm.
I'm going to trim that one, trim the fat.
Trim it.
SF.
So this is finance.
Yeah, there's another financial. Very deep on the pullback here.
Yeah.
However, this is after a breakout. My rule is always if it's come up, say 33%, and
Hmm.
we go back down to half of that,
Yeah.
did it hold above half? That's because after a long run of coming up, sometimes they do pull back to about halfway, and I'd say that's not perfectly what you want to see, but it's still within the acceptable range. I don't like the speed of the pullback here. I really don't.
Yeah.
But it did set back up and came back up rather quickly, especially on these days with high volume. So there's still a lot of interest. Earnings. Okay. Um, when I'm stuck like this and I'm not sure, I like to take a look at the individual candles. Did each of these close at the upper half portion
Yeah.
or at the lower? Did it close? Was it a good close or a bad close? So we have a good close, good close. This is in the middle.
Mhm.
That's a bad close. I'm gonna say don't risk it,
Yeah.
but
Trim
that's
it, man.
yeah.
It's
I'm
not
gonna trim it.
100%.
Yeah,
Trim it.
yeah. If it's not
Right.
100%, we trim it.
These are just maybes. All of these.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. Fair enough, Blackbeard. Fair enough. Okay, so
And
10%.
so now PFGC is the last maybe, and
You
then
want me to
we're
jump to
entering.
PFGC?
Yeah, because then after that, then we're going into what I'm holding next week.
Okay. All right. So this is PFGC. Oh, we started off with this, didn't we? I think
I
yeah, we
think you're
did. We
right.
so we're done with this one.
Yes. This was the one that you were going to add to your list
Yeah.
that we liked, right?
Yeah. So I will add that
Okay.
to my
So
list.
Sam.
Okay. So UTI actually looks decent. Even though it pulled back a lot, it knocked out some of those weaker
Yeah.
holders.
Hmm.
And then it came right back up, set up, and then it bursted out with decent volume. We have earnings coming up on the 5th of February.
We do. We do.
So that's something to watch out
Yeah.
for. Uh,
Once it's in the nighttime. Okay. So I'm going to
it's an
hold through
evening. Yeah,
Wednesday. And if it,
so it's aftermarket close.
yes.
So at best you
Hmm.
buy this and then
Hmm.
after hours it either drops or goes up on you. You can do it. You just gotta be careful and be at the computer and get ready to sell before
Yeah.
it dips too hard. Um, what's going on
Yeah.
here? Let's take a look at the forecast here. I'm just curious. Okay, so the analysts report downwards. Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Hmm.
Because the analysts can be wrong. And that's fine. I'm not really going by what the analysts say. I'm
Yes.
going by
Of
the
course.
financials, but it is nice to see where their heads are at. And then the technicals, of course. Okay, so
Mm.
this one's a you can probably do it. Yeah, it looks okay to me. The earnings are accelerating, sales are staying decent. It's decelerating over the last little while, but still decent. Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah. Yeah.
CSV.
Moving on. Uh, Holding this one.
You're
Had
holding
this
this right
for
now?
a little while.
Okay.
All of these ones I'm currently holding.
Okay, so the rest you're
I
holding.
bought these yes, exactly. I've had these for a while now, not just a day or two.
Okay. So that's looking pretty reasonable. I do like the tightness, and then it did come out. Let me just see what it tightened to, 4%. So that's well below the 10% target. This looks like a nice natural pullback. Wouldn't you say, Blackbeard?
I'll be damned.
Look at the volume on that pullback, eh?
Yeah, I just realized that my UTI got stopped out. I'm
Oh
on my
no. What? Just
yeah, I'm
just
taking
last
a
week?
peek on my orders.
Okay. So you must have had a
Taking a
really tight
peek.
stop on it. This you must have bought it right out of this pivot here,
Um,
or
yeah,
was it?
so I think pretty much I got about 5% profit on it, and then I moved my stop loss way up.
Okay, so
So
you
that's what happened. Um,
so you
I
choked off the
took
trade.
profit. Yeah, I choked off the trade exactly
Okay.
because I wanted at least some profit.
So you did take some
Right?
home.
Yes, I definitely took some home.
Good. Okay. Okay. CSV, you're holding this here. We got APP you're holding into next week.
Yes,
Still looking like it's
yeah,
about to pop. This had a
APP.
tremendous lots of institutional support. This isn't Uncle Bob and Aunt Marie sitting in their little cozy chairs trading. These are institutions. This had a tremendous amount of institutional support. I really do like APP, app loving. I actually might add
Look
this
at
to my
those
list.
crazy volumes. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to get in. This might actually be my chance to get in on an entry. I don't think I need it to pull back. I think it's been steady enough that it. And look at this. Look, from the breakout here,
hmm
it came out
yeah,
134%. It held above 72%,
mhm,
uh, which is nice. And remember what I said about the halfway mark? This is well above halfway. So that's a nice healthy pullback. I do like that. So yeah, I might try to jump in on that this week if the opportunity's there. We have earnings coming up too. Watch out for that. That's in the evening
yes.
after market hours, and it's on the 12th. So moving on, PRMB. What is this?
Um,
Primo Brands
so this is
Corporation.
a little, yeah, this is a little IPO I found. Had it for about 2 weeks
Okay.
or a week. Super early.
Okay.
Super.
Where did you buy this out of? Did you buy it out of here where it tightened up?
No, I bought that. Go back before that dip down.
Before this dip down. So about here.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
so let's just say you bought it out of this
Right
pivot
up,
higher?
probably on a Friday. Or no. Back. Right before where you were previously at the end of that.
Do you have a
No,
date?
the other way. Yeah, I guess I could just give you the date I bought it. That would be a good. Um, 1 second.
No worries. Because if you picked it up out of this tightening with the reduced volume here, that would have made a lot of sense, and it would have eventually come out
Picked it up at 32.53. Is there
32.53.
a way to check your date bought on Interactive,
No,
or do you have to go to your orders?
no. So if you connect here, I'm gonna show you how to do that. So you can go to the trading panel at the bottom,
Yeah,
okay, and you can hit Interactive Broker. Um,
got it.
and then you can sign in. The problem is it'll show you your data. It'll show you your holdings
Yeah.
forever, but as long as you're holding the stock, but it'll
Yeah.
only show you data for purchased and your history for the past week, which is kind of frustrating. But anyway,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because you bought it around 32, so you must have bought it anyway somewhere around here. So it's looking like it's looking get okay here. What I don't like is you can see this acceleration.
Yes,
You
I
seen that
can.
there on the
Mm-hmm.
pullback, and it's a bad close, and it dipped below the
I
close of
know.
this day. I would keep it close. This might pull back. Honestly, it might pull back. I would keep a close eye on that if you want to hang on to your capital and
Profits.
not, yeah, if you want to hang on to your profits and not lose anything. This you can always pick it back up, but I would just be on the lookout. The other thing
Yeah.
that could happen is this sucker could just bounce right off that 20-day moving average or the 21-day moving average.
Yeah, I
Um,
know.
so so you might get lucky there.
This is another one I regret not taking the money and running
Yeah,
when we had that high day,
right. Yeah, you got to take the money and run when
right?
you can, especially
After
in this
that,
volatile market. I mean,
uh,
just as a reminder, like the S&P is not looking too great right now. But let's move on.
move on.
RBRK.
Yes, RBRK. We got information technology.
Okay. Looking at the earnings, it looks like they are actually accelerating. These were minuses, so the smaller the number, the better. Um, and then we have sales, which is the engine of the company, looking really good. Look at this. We jumped up in gross margin. Gross margin's accelerating too. I would like to see the forecast on this. Okay. We have some acceleration there. And it's looking like it might start being profitable like never in 2027. That's a ways out, but that's okay. Um if it's acting right, it's acting right. What does this company do? Have you looked into it?
I haven't.
This is it. Reliance means being ready for anything. Okay. Let's keep going.
Yes.
So
Last one.
SFM is the last one.
Yeah.
This one
I've
I got
had
last.
this one.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
This one I got last week. I
Yeah.
picked it up. You can obviously tell where, right?
I think I picked this up with you last week and then I sold it like really quickly. Or was
Mm.
this one of the ones I missed?
I think this was one of the ones you
I
missed.
think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. This
So
looks
I
good.
picked it up at that. I don't remember if it was the cheat or if I picked it up at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Either this cheat here, and it doesn't
yeah.
doesn't look like it's going to pull back for a handle. Like this thing is just going. It might make a little cap, which is a
Mm,
pullback above the baseline here.
yeah.
Um, but is it responding naturally the way we want it to? So let's take a look at the volume here.
Mm,
Okay, so we do want a pullback on the volume on the days it's going sideways, which we got there, and then on the acceleration up, we want it to increase in volume. This was above the average line. And then this is where probably you bought it, and again we saw an increase in volume, and even looks like steam is starting to build.
yeah.
Um, I love the way this is working out, but I anticipate it's going to pull back soon.
Mm.
So it's up to you if you want to hold through the pullback, especially with the S&P 500 getting a little wonky.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I might.
Take the money
We'll
and
see
run.
how it. Yes, because I'm already. Like I told you,
You're chipping
at
away.
I'm at a percent with it that I could take a nice chip off my percentage.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's great. I'll show you some of the ones that I'm I'm looking at for this week. I screen the market.
Yeah.
Okay. So, PX, I think you had that on your list as well.
Yeah, I
Uh,
do. I
this
still
one I
have it
picked
on
up.
there.
Yeah, this one I picked up last week. I'm just gonna make this a little bit better visually. Picked up this one last week, and I'm still holding. I'm waiting for this to show me what kind of reaction it's gonna give me. I don't like that the volume on the pullback picked up a little bit. That's making me a little bit
Yeah.
uneasy. We do have earnings coming up, and as far as the forecast goes, analysts are excited about it. I mean, the one analyst,
Yeah, I see
he's
that.
yeah, Chuck is excited about it, and
Apparently.
yeah, and revenue and earnings are looking to be going up, which is nice. So yeah, so and it was just set up so nicely, eh? And just came out
Yeah.
of this beautiful pop up. Look at all that institutional support. Look at all that. That's
No,
just
right?
a thing of beauty. So I'm holding that. I'm gonna hang on to it. Moving on to P10. P10. What do you think of this one? Doesn't that look beautiful?
E10. Wait.
I mean, it could be better, more picture perfect, but
Didn't we just? Oh, you
no,
you
I moved it down.
you were talking about a different one.
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
talked about this one yet because I moved it down because this was one
Okay.
one of the
So
ones
we
on my
were looking
list.
at. So we were looking at NGVC.
Yeah, just before we were looking at
That's the one
NGVC.
we were just looking at.
Yeah,
NGVC.
correct. Yeah, which is a food
Yeah.
company, Natural Grocers by Vitamin Mix,
Yeah.
food retailer.
EX.
This is a financial investment managers. I know what I said about
EX.
about financial companies, but this is just setting up so nicely. I can't help myself here. And look at all that support.
Mm-hmm.
See all those bars there. Those look,
You and me both.
yeah, looks kind of exciting. Go to
Yeah.
Rum. This is another one. Rumble. Okay, so I have to explain this one. This one's actually not on my list. It's just on my watch list because it's not tight enough. But this, I don't know how this
Yeah.
made it here. This isn't supposed to be here. This is supposed to be. See how I have these set up? I got my watching close, setting up, ready, and these are my orders that I'm actually placing. So
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
AKRO. Um,
Mm.
we can skip this one too. I'm planning on doing a high tight flag play on this and seeing if I can pick up a quick little profit out of the top here. It had a lot of acceleration up. I mean, a
Got it.
lot. Look at that. Look at the in comparison to what this bar looks like in comparison to the average. It's a lot of support there. Something exciting is happening within the company, even though the earnings look like crap. Uh, this sucker is well on its way
I
to
know.
becoming a power
That
play.
volume bar is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the volume. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one bar.
yeah, I know, eh?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just hanging out there. So yeah, we'll move on to Garmin. One last note
Uh,
about this, just to finish my thought. We don't care that the financials are garbage.
Yeah.
Something really exciting is happening because we're almost at 100% within 6 weeks. That's a power play, anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Mark Minervini sometimes says 6, sometimes says 8 within 8. But anyway, the principle is the same. Garmin. This looks like a nice little setup. We have earnings coming up. Look at the earnings per share. We're gonna be hitting 2 for the first time. We're not getting much acceleration here, but a little bit. I don't know. I could take or leave how excited I am about the earnings per share, but the sales look like they're accelerating. Something nicely is working out for them. We have this pop up here.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, a nice pressure, and then it goes sideways for a little while. We'll see what
Cool.
happens. It's not perfect, but it's a play that could be made. And I just want to measure the end here. The last tightening's at 3%. That was another reason that I liked it. And then
Ooh,
PFGC.
Garmin.
This is a transportation company.
That's another I have in my maybe as well.
You have this on your list? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know there's a lot of red bars here. That doesn't make me too happy. And then of course, the earnings. I think that we already talked about this one. So that's pretty
Yeah, we did.
much the end of that. We'll see how this week plays out. See what we can do.
Are you holding anything currently?
I'm only
Anything?
holding one
Or
position right now.
Captain Drew?
Yeah, yeah. So NGVC, I got last week, and I'm holding this
Yeah.
currently, and then I think something like MESO or something, MES. Do you remember what I bought last week? MES. I can't remember. I bought another one as well,
Oh,
and then I took a quick profit off of it, and that was that. But this is the only one I'm holding.
okay. Got it.
If you're holding a lot, I would suggest uh, starting to sell off a little bit, maybe in the morning.
I know.
And the only reason
I I regret not doing it on Friday, but
mm-hmm, I'm only saying that because of the
anyways,
turbulence.
that's another. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be there might be a storm ahead. Um, the thing about these situations is you can never tell. It's either going to be a storm or it's going to be beautiful clear skies that we're going to be sailing through. So we'll see how this plays out. We're going to try to do this every week, Sunday nights, and so you guys can follow up with us weekly, and hopefully we'll start to make a habit of this. And that's it
Sounds
for
good.
tonight. Yeah. Any last minute thoughts?
Uh, I should have took the money and run, but that's the way it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Stock market can really throw you off. One of the things you learn over time is the more fear you have in the market, the better you do. Um, selling
Yes.
too quickly sometimes is it's not great, but it's better than holding too
At least you're
long.
taking profit.
At least you're taking
Yes,
profit. I like to
exactly.
hear that cha-ching sound. So this is actually one that I'm really wondering if I'm gonna get pulled back pretty heavy. I have a really see the problem about this one is I have a pretty large position on it, so I I
Hmm.
I regret not selling at least half of my position at the top before the pullback, especially in these turbulent waters that we're sailing through. So okay, that's it for tonight, folks. Subscribe,
All
like.
right, Captain.
Yeah, thanks for joining, Blackbeard. We'll see you
Hey,
next week.
I'll see you next week, man.
Good luck.
Hopefully, we get some smooth sailing.
Yeah, I hope so too. So trade hard,
All right.
and
Trade hard.
yeah,
Talk
see.
to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye for now.